Replacing the CVT in your Nissan, Toyota, Honda, or Subaru will cost you $3,000 to $5,000 or more. 6 ordinary driving habits are what send most owners straight into that repair bill, and every single one is avoidable once you understand what's really going on inside that transmission. If you are the kind of owner who regularly checks your engine oil but does not spend your weekends reading manufacturer service bulletins, this is for you. This is not a guide for master rebuild specialists looking to tear down a valve body to its individual check balls. Instead, it is a practical blueprint for everyday drivers. Whether you pilot a Subaru Outback, a Honda Civic, a Toyota Corolla, or a Nissan Rogue, the core physics of how your transmission handles load are identical. To understand how normal habits quietly degrade these units, we will use Nissan's widely deployed Jatco CVT7 as our primary reference. Unlike a conventional automatic transmission that swaps physical gear sets, a CVT alters its drive ratio by constantly adjusting the effective diameter of 2 opposing pulleys. One pulley connects to the engine, the other to the wheels, and a heavy-duty steel belt loops between them. To transfer power without slipping, the system relies entirely on hydraulic pressure, squeezing these pulleys tight against the sides of the belt. The steel push belt inside a CVT operates under thousands of pounds of hydraulic clamping force while the engine is running. There are no hard gear teeth catching load, just clamping pressure, belt friction, and fluid film. Keep that dynamic in mind, because there are no physical gear teeth locking everything together. Even a momentary loss of friction causes the belt to slip, instantly scoring the highly polished pulley faces. Jatco's CVT 7-line pressure routinely swings from 72 pounds per square inch at idle up to nearly 900 pounds under heavy load. This reliance on pressure is exactly why these units are highly sensitive to high operating temperatures, fluid degradation, viscosity changes, and sudden shock loading. These are the specific physical weak spots that normal driving habits can quietly exploit. While we are focusing on Nissan's Jatco design, this pressure-dependent physics governs every major Japanese CVT, including systems built by Honda, Toyota, and Subaru. Many drivers believe their transmission fluid is a lifetime fill, designed to last the commercial life of the vehicle. It is a costly misunderstanding. Over time, heat and mechanical shear degrade the fluid. For example, fresh Nissan NS3 fluid starts with a kinematic viscosity of 33 centistokes at 40 degrees Celsius. By 30,000 miles, that viscosity can drop to 24 centistokes, alongside the depletion of the friction modifier additives. When this additive package breaks down, the fluid loses its ability to help the steel belt hold torque against the pulley. This directly reduces clamping pressure, allowing microscopic slip events that generate rapid heat and accelerate metal wear. If your CVT fluid is overdue for service, you might notice a light shudder during gentle acceleration, or the engine speed that hunts up and down by 200 revolutions per minute while trying to maintain a steady speed. To prevent this wear cycle, change the fluid using the correct original equipment manufacturer specification, such as Nissan NS3, Honda HCF2, or Subaru CVTF2, every 30,000 miles under severe operating conditions. Pouring a generic multi-vehicle automatic transmission fluid or an unapproved substitute into your transmission is just as damaging as neglecting the service entirely. These systems operate on a tight margin, relying on a highly specific balance of kinematic viscosity, pressure retention, and a friction coefficient of 0.25 to 0.30. When you use a non-OEM fluid or mix different formulations, that chemistry breaks down. The wrong fluid cannot maintain the necessary shear stability under pressure, causing the hydraulic system to lose its grip on the steel push belt. If you have used a near-match fluid, your first warning signs will not be a dashboard light. Instead, you will experience inconsistent clutch engagement, erratic shift ratios, or a distinct shudder during cold starts when the fluid's viscosity deviates from the OEM design temperature curve. The rule here is absolute. Use only the exact OEM-specified fluid, such as Nissan NS3, Honda HCF2, or Subaru CVTF2, or an approved equivalent. Flooring the accelerator from a dead stop is a quick way to destroy a CVT. In a conventional automatic transmission, physical gear teeth mesh together to lock and transfer engine torque. A CVT has no teeth. It transfers power entirely through the friction of a steel belt squeezed between smooth pulley sheaths. When you launch hard or go wide open throttle from a standstill, a massive surge of torque hits the system. This torque spike can exceed the design clamping force by up to 1.5 times. Before the hydraulic pump can raise the line pressure to compensate, the belt experiences a brief moment of slip. This scratches the polished pulley faces and wears down the belt's steel fibers. If fluid temperatures climb past 110 degrees Celsius during these events, it initiates rapid adhesive wear. You will notice a burnt smell after hard launches, followed by slipping under heavy acceleration. Avoid full throttle launches and practice staged, gentle acceleration instead. Hooking up a trailer and towing near your vehicle's maximum rated capacity introduces a different kind of threat: sustained thermal overload. A compact SUV like the Nissan Rogue or Mitsubishi Outlander might claim a 1,500-pound towing capacity, but that rating assumes flat roads, cool ambient temperatures, and ideal conditions. Under real-world towing, the transmission works continuously against massive wind and road resistance, and this generates heat much faster than the factory cooling system can shed it. During road tests, towing a 1,400-pound trailer, CVT fluid temperatures spiked from 90 degrees Celsius to over 130 degrees Celsius in just 12 minutes. At these extreme temperatures, the fluid oxidizes rapidly and loses viscosity. This thermal breakdown directly reduces the hydraulic clamping force on the steel belt, leading to microscopic slip events and eventually catastrophic failure. If you must tow, stay well below the rated limit or install an auxiliary CVT cooler to help manage the thermal load. Starting your car on a freezing morning and immediately merging onto a fast highway with a heavy foot is a direct assault on a CVT. In these first few minutes of operation, the transmission is highly vulnerable. A Jatco-style hydraulic system relies on the physical properties of its fluid to generate clamping pressure, and that system is completely temperature dependent. When the fluid is cold, especially below 20 degrees Celsius, its viscosity is roughly 30% higher, and that actually causes the hydraulic pump's volumetric efficiency to drop. The cold, thick fluid struggles to flow through the tiny passages of the valve body, leading to a net pressure loss of about 20%. With diminished line pressure, the pulleys cannot squeeze the steel belt with full design force. If you demand sudden acceleration now, the belt is highly likely to slip, causing a noticeable shudder or a delayed engagement. The fix is simple. Drive gently for the first 5 to 10 minutes, keeping loads light until the transmission reaches operating temperature. Ignoring the warning signs your transmission sends is the final, most expensive mistake you can make. Many owners normalize these behaviors for months, dismissing them as minor quirks. They are not quirks, they are active distress signals. Specifically, watch for the symptom triad: a shudder on light acceleration, delayed engagement, and RPM hunting. When you ignore these symptoms, you push the system deeper into a destructive failure chain. Microscopic slipping generates intense localized heat, which rapidly oxidizes the fluid and shears away its remaining viscosity. As the metal belt slides against the pulleys, it sheds microscopic ferrous particles into the oil pan. Once the iron contamination in the fluid exceeds 10 parts per million, the effectiveness of the friction modifiers drops sharply, initiating a rapid cascade of metal-on-metal wear that eventually destroys the unit. If you experience any part of this triad, you must act immediately. Stop driving and get a professional fluid condition check, a dealer scan, or an inspection by an independent CVT specialist. Catching this early is the only way to avoid a full replacement bill. Your CVT's survival isn't decided at the factory. It is decided every time you start the engine. A little mechanical empathy today prevents a catastrophic failure tomorrow. Protecting your transmission is entirely in your hands. Share your CVT experiences in the comments below.